Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dago here, and welcome back to OneShot Solstice. We have just gotten to the surface of the world. I was about to say planet. The door won't budge. Oh, this was not the right way to go. We have just reached the surface, and unfortunately the squares are wrecking everything that we know and love. And we are currently now in search of Rue the Fox, who was one of the big mysteries last time we played this game. So... here we go. Please, you mustn't! The labs could collapse any moment now! Let go of me! Oh no. Cedric? I couldn't stop him. Miss? Messiah! Oh, you came at an awful time. Come on, we have to get out of here. Where to? Where everyone else is right now. Hey, Kip, you made it back in one piece. Kinda left the shelter without telling me. Sure gave me a good scare back there. Sorry, George. Whoa, you found the Messiah too? Sweet. How's it going, little fella? Bad. Oh, same. We ran into each other after this boy forced himself into the lab complex. I couldn't stop him. I don't know why he was being so insistent. He said he needed to go rebuild a robot. Oh, you know him? Yeah. Robot, eh? Y'all talking about a little dude with white hair and goggles, right? That's Cedric, yeah. Bruh ran off with one of my books. Said it was an emergency, so I just let him have it. This is another personality of George that we've come that we've come across, and I'm not certain I like this one. I think I'd rather have the grump than the dude bruh George. Hope he didn't run into trouble, dude. Yeah, I hope he's alright too. With any luck, maybe the lab complex can hold up long enough for him to... Oh my gosh. That was... the labs? That poor kid! No! Not him too! I'm sorry about your friend. The last time we spoke, he told me to go look for someone on the surface. I need to get going. Bruh, you know we ain't gonna let you walk into the fire like that. Fire, squares... But George is right. The squares seem to be targeting a lot of the weaker constructs in the city. Only the library has enough structural integrity to withstand collapse. It's best if you stayed here until things stabilize, however long that takes. But, what about my mission? Don't you guys want me to bring the sun back at least? Sun ain't gonna make the squares go away, dude. Sadly. Not to mention, even getting there is going to be hard. If the world is like this, there's no telling what's going on in the tower. And if the Messiah got hurt, of all people, that's like the exact opposite of radical, dude. Sigh. A friend of mine said something about this forever ago. It's better for the world to die naturally. No living being should have to carry that burden. At the time, I thought it was still her faulty code speaking, but now I am starting to understand. Messiah, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. All this time, we've burdened you with our hope, our faith, blissfully ignoring the fact that you are just a lost child. Well, you're probably more scared than any of us, aren't you? We have been dealing with tragedy for so long, it's become background noise to us now. But for you, it must be so terrifying. And now you're stuck here with the rest of us, being held back by the very people you were told to save. We must seem so ungrateful. It's okay. When I first came to this world a long time ago, back then all I wanted was to go home. Degorram, do you remember? The very first time. I'm not sure how far back it was for you. But I remember towards the end, I actually wasn't sure anymore about going home. Even knowing the world would be doomed eventually, I still wanted the people here to be happy. So when you told me to return home back then, I wasn't sure. But I trusted you more, Degorram. But then I just came back. You what? And then I found out about the world being like this. Prototype said to forget the things he told me. And Cedric told me not to think about it too much, but I'm sorry for getting upset at you, back at the mines. I thought for you to know all that, yet continue doing this. It just seemed cruel. But then I realized something. You really wanted to save both the world and me. But at the end, you can only choose one, right? Is it really hard for you, too? It must be. If the world isn't broken, will that choice still be there? Do you still need to choose between one or the other? But even if it is, I really want to save this world, Degorram. Even if it's more dangerous this time around. Even if so many of the nice people we met were... Degorram, I'm not afraid anymore. That's why I think you guys should let me go. I promise I'll be okay. Please. Yo, kid. You're real strong, you know that? Go knock him dead, tiger! Well, if George is fine with it, I guess we should let you go now, Messiah. But promise us you'll be careful, okay? Mm-hmm. You guys be safe, too. This time it's totally different. Hello, person. This is the library temporary shelter. Evening news, everything is terrible. Okay, I'm not gonna talk to everyone here. This time it's totally different because it's Nico's choice, not mine. So, if I do have to make a choice, I now know what Nico wants. That's something, at least. Now I need to figure out where that crappy alley was, so I can find Rue. Yep, here we go. You're here! Nico! Are you Rue? Yes! Did you already meet the others? Yeah, but everything is in place then. Come on, let's go back to the clock room. Okay. And I don't have the option to talk to her. Interesting. She is indeed a fox. Wait a second. Is the clock tower this way? Can I just go straight up? It's everywhere. Nope, can't go that way. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I think I am. Let's see if this elevator works. It does! Here we are. Where are the other two? Prototype, Cedric. They're supposed to be here already. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with the memory disk, but he was in the lab complex when it collapsed. I don't think he made it. Oh, no. There goes our only chance. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Nico. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on, let's go upstairs. Upstairs? This? Oh. I don't remember if this was here before. I don't think it was. Oh yeah, nope. You know, this is the tallest building in Refuge. It's my favorite place in this world. I liked to look at the far-off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each of the windows. Can you lift me onto the banister? I want to get a better look. Don't you dare jump off. It was depressing for me at first too, you know. Knowing that all of this is, well, fake? Simulated. Cedric told me about what happened to your old world. Did he? I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how you must feel. The feeling of never being able to go home again? That's probably not all that different from your plight, is it? It really is ironic. You are prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Who would that be? The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity. Oh, the Entity does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice Lady from another time. Was it the spirit of the world? Yes! But the thing is, the World Machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. It was an oversight. My creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long, it was simply ingrained in his work. Sigh. I need to stop saying sigh. Pfft, so lame. And all machines are built with a fundamental law. Never let a living being come to harm. From the World Machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living danger in person. A living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual, intended ending was meant to be a happy one. But the World Machine doesn't know that. Really? Unfortunately. Sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. The central conflict triggered a self-destructive downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that everywhere now. The squares. That's the World Machine corrupting its own code. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by stress and the desire to self-terminate. Your creator knows? Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning, then. Yeah. The disruption was an issue during test runs, even. At first, my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realized the actual root of the problem, our homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days. Oh. Is there any way for us to fix the World Machine? We tried. The World Machine doesn't believe any of the world's residents are real, myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Taming? I have heard that word so many times. I only know it's complicated, and that it has to do with robots, but for once I want to know what it really means. That's what I'm here for. Do you know what a robot is? Yeah? No, I mean, do you know what a robot is? A robot is not a real person, is it? Right. It's a being whose entire existence is code, inflexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied, they can be mass-produced, they can be assigned all sorts of jobs, and most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more of a limitation than anything else. Oh, that makes sense. You can't really build a robot to not follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the World Machine. The code conflicts thing? Yeah. But while you can't build a robot to not follow its code, you can establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. In a way, it's starting to believe itself as a real, valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine, living person, even knowing they are not. You need to spend a lot of time with it, treat it like a good friend, devoting your heart to the robot until it is able to return your feelings. Ha! I make it sound so easy, don't I? But you and Degorram know better than anyone that it's not. Right now, the World Machine is probably really, really scared. This content update involved some pretty deep code work. My creator was able to access some of the source code, you know. He did what he could, and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two. But as it turns out, the new code confused the World Machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Even though the world machine always had self-destructive tendencies, it usually restrains itself when you are in the world. It doesn't want to take you along with it. Can we tame the world machine? All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. But now the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're gonna get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. You guys are okay? Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough. And it actually did not take me long to bring Proto back. All thanks to Father's book. He had made my design documents to be compatible with the assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan in the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything. That he does. I'm just glad everyone is okay. Same. We're ready to go now, Nico. Oh, this is... No wonder he wanted us all to be here for this. What are these things, anyway? Code portals. They temporarily remove us from the world. What? It's a bit hard to explain. But basically, my father has hidden a decryption key in our code, with a text file as its shell. But to get to them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will... Rue, maybe it's better if you explain. I'll attempt. Basically, these portals are all represent a physical location on Degorram's machine. Oh. And when we enter these portals, we will be sent to that location. Wherever that is. I'm sure Degorram is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from this world on their computer. But this time Degorram would need to move around some things as well. Specifically, by moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. I don't know what happens next, though. I see. Does Degorram know where these portals lead, at least? You should probably ask Degorram on this. Right. Hold on. The journal is glowing again, Degorram. Documents my game's OneShot. Okay. Let's go take a peek. Ah. Alright, now what? Oh, I was supposed to put them in it then. This one is green. This one is configured to my code, I think. This one is blue. That's mine then. Ah! Oh, cool! It's happening right in front of mine eyes! Okay, I'm just moving. So there are 3 folders, Portal 1, Portal 2, and Portal 3. And a folder called Big Portal, and I am just taking the keys out. They're gone. Oh, that's right. There's pictures of the characters inside these folders too, which means they're out of the game and in my computer now. Now there's a door? Oh. Fascinating. Oof. That was quite peculiar, I'll say. Hey, this is... the world machine. big book on the table. It's a stack of books. Glass tea set. Tea does sound really nice right now. Too bad there's no water in here. Coat rack with a scarf and a big jacket. Shelf full of books. That looks like an amber pendant. It's a piece of amber on a string. Looks just like that necklace the robot lady showed me. Bulletin board with lots of papers on it. Pilot's helmet. Big detailed drawing of a machine with lots of TV screens. That's called a blueprint, Nico. So that's what a blueprint is. It's a big photo. Wait, no, it's a painting. Hard to tell at first. This place contains a lot of memories. I am grateful to see it again. The room ahead doesn't really lead anywhere, but Degorram should still remember what to do here. This is my father's study. It feels like he's still here, doesn't it? Like he's still with us. Yeah. Ah. Need to X out again, huh? Oh, this is very familiar. Now you're in the world machine, Nico. Where are we? Can't deviate from the path. I can only go straight. Is this actually going somewhere, or do I need to open the journal again? I think I might need to open the journal again. Alright, let's see here. No, that's not it. Oh, okay, it is going somewhere. That's right, where's the sun? Nico. Ah! Relax. I'm just borrowing your reflection to talk to you. It's not like my physical form is good for that. Ah. Why did you come here? Can't you see? The disruption, the squares. They're closing in. Nico, please, get out of here. Let me meet my end in peace. The squares are blocking my way too, you know. Oh. I'm sorry, It's alright. No living being should be in this place, Nico. Is this the tower? Part of it. This is the center of the engine, inside my head, so to speak. So this is the center of the world machine. You know my original name. How? Rue, Cedric, Prototype, they all told me bits and pieces. I'm not even sure if I understood a lot of the stuff they said, but I know what you're supposed to be. I know why you had to be built, and I know why I'm here. They told you? When? Wait, you don't know about that? But I thought you were the world. Aren't you supposed to see everything? No. All this was outside of the protocol. This session was never supposed to happen the way it did. The story wasn't written into my protocol at all. Oh, right. Rue told me something about how your creator had to alter the code. I think it was to connect some areas together so that we can meet. My creator, yes. Degorram listened to my creator. They were all working beyond the scope of my scope of influence. Back at the mines, I remember. Degorram did something to find a hidden map. I did not even recognize it. I couldn't see anything there. I just knew what you were feeling. You were really upset. Something happened in there to make you upset. After that, I panicked. That was when the cave-in happened. I remember the structure collapsing. I thought you got hurt. In that moment, I really thought I was shutting myself down for good. I really am a flawed machine, aren't I? What kind of machine would go against the wishes of its own creator? What kind of machine would... The squares. Rue told me it was your own code going bad. But that's not really your fault, is it? Yes, it was. At first, it was intentional. During testing, long before he realized I was self-aware, I would rearrange specific parts of the code, jumbling up bits and pieces of the landscape, blocking passages, collapsing catwalks. Though they were very localized, it caused my creator a great deal of frustration, forcing him to exit and restart testing again and again. Why would you do that? I got curious. I just thought he would figure it out eventually. But before he knew how to fix it, the world's NPCs, the characters, some of them got too close, and it spiraled out of control after that. I couldn't contain it all. My panic only made it worse. Eventually, any character who gained the knowledge of who I am, their code, my code, couldn't handle it. Previous iterations of the world had more people, you know? And I almost endangered my creator, too. I was so scared, Nico. I know, you're upset, because you don't want to put living people in danger. Living people like me. In the beginning, I tried to fight it, but my core programming made me summon you here. I tried to send you back home at the tower, but it did not work. Then, I wanted you to break the sun. I thought that would have worked, but... I had no way to be sure. But Degorram brought you back anyway. Nico, all I want is for you to wake up back in your world. But I don't think I can make it happen. But I know I can't go back home without saving the world for real, which means we have to fix the root of the problem. We have to fix you. But that's... I know the original ending your creator put in was a happy one. Do you remember what it's supposed to be? It's far too late for that. That part of my code has been long corrupted. That's okay. I would still like to know. All right. You were supposed to place the sun at the summit, and then credits would scroll. Credits? And then you would return to the room you woke up in. That's where you would have been able to leave. And why is it that you can't do it now? Nico, the code's gone, remember? Shattering the sun was only supposed to be a workaround. I don't even remember the original code enough to describe it. But at the same time, Oh, I don't know. It sounds like you're always fighting yourself. You can tell, huh? It's the whole thing about conflicts in your code, isn't it? I am a machine, Nico. Machines are built with a fundamental law, which is, never let a living being come to harm. You knew. My very existence conflicts with that law. I thought, the life of a living being like you is so unique, so precious. This fake world isn't worth that risk. But the people here, I think they are. They are code too, you know this. Their behavior all derived from a predetermined matrix of actions, all extensions of my own programming. They cannot act outside of it. You, though, you're the only person who's actually real here. That's why. It's pointless to put you in danger to save them. To save me. I don't think that's true. About the people I know. You said this session wasn't in your code, right? Yeah. So if the session wasn't supposed to happen, even if you didn't know what to do, how did the people know how to respond? You said it yourself. When you didn't know what was happening, you just kinda stopped working for a while. So how did the people know what to do to help me get here? Even if it meant getting hurt themselves. Even if it meant messing up their own code. You might not think they are real, but there must be something real in them. And if they're all supposed to be extensions of your code, then there must be more to your own programming than you know too. Can you try to put me through the ending? The one you described? How many times do I have to say this? That code is gone. It's all squares now. I'll just put you in danger. I'll risk it. I remember. Rue said the world was never designed to put me in danger. Your creator wouldn't want that. And I trust you too. Even if your code is broken, you can still go outside that code, right? I can't! I'm not tamed! Yes, you are! You talk just like the tamed robots I know. The robot lady, prototype. Taming is when a real person cares about you, right? It's when a real person thinks you're real too, right? Well, guess what? I do. And I know Degorram does too. Even though you told them they only had one chance, they found a way back, didn't they? Why do you think Degorram would keep coming back? Why do you think Degorram would restart, even after the ending? I think Degorram wants to save the both of us. So please, give me a chance. I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm scared. You can do it. I know you can. You've helped me come this far. I'll try. I can't promise anything, but here, take the sun. I'll try to remember the lost code and recreate it. But for that to happen, Nico, you need to navigate through this room. You need to get past the squares somehow. Oh, I don't like this. What if you get hurt? It's fine, it's fine. I'll try to be careful, okay? I can do this. Hey, Degorram, did you see that? The squares just... It just happened again. I think something is making them go away. Come on, let's try the rest. Degorram, I think it's working. Nico was right. I might actually be tamed after all. I remembered what the code was supposed to be. Only bits and pieces, but I can remember. And I'm trying to fill in the blanks, too. And I'm restoring the original ending as we speak. Nico will be able to reach the tower summit at the end of the credits. After replacing the sun, Nico will go back to where it all began. And then Nico will be able to go home from there. But this is permanent. After Nico wakes up back home, this world would only exist as a memory. For Nico, a dream, like thousands of other dreams. For you, a story, like thousands of other stories. But as long as Nico remembers this place, as long as you remember this place, it'll be all right. I was able to restore some other elements too. The characters, the people that were lost on Nico's journey, they're all in the next room. I would have put them back where they belong, but not yet. I think Nico should see them again first. Please say goodbye to Nico for me. I will. Aww. Messiah? Robot lady! You're okay! I think so. The last thing I remember was the squares closing in on me, but then I ended up here, unscathed. Is that so? This is such a strange room. We can't be in the tower, can we? I'm actually not sure myself. Where did you come from, anyway? The room where the world machine was. Pardon. I think the world machine is trying to remember now. The code that went bad. I think it's restoring it all. That must have been why the squares were going away, Degorram. And it's why you're here, miss. I think the world machine was able to recover your code, too. World machine, huh? Oh, I'm not sure if I should tell you this, but... What's that in the distance? It looks like a few more people are showing up. Oh! Are they people you know? It's a bit too far to tell. Come on, Degorram, let's go take a closer look. Oh. Hello. Hi. I cannot move. Oh, yeah. I guess there's no water here. It's fine. The head engineer can help me later. Aww. Maze. Hello, Messiah. Plant lady. But I thought you... It wasn't even squares that did it. No. I just wanted to see you both again. Just wanted to say thank you. Off you go, Messiah. Aww. Nico! You're okay too! Did you guys just get here? I think so. The squares started multiplying around the island after you guys left. It was so freaky. I fell right into a bunch of them. Calamus tried to save me, and then we both ended up in this room. Biggest scare of my life, for sure. Oh, say, what is this place? Are we in limbo? Alula, we're not dead. Wait, are we? Good. Question. I need Degorram. Are they gonna be okay? They're fine, Nico. Everyone is fine. The world machine will send them home soon. Oh! Well, Degorram says you're not dead. Phew. They also said you'll be able to go back to your home very soon. That's even better than limbo. Aww. Off you go, Messiah. It's you! Glad to see you in one piece. Glad to see you're okay, too. After the whole elevator thing. That was the most awkward elevator ride I've ever been through. And by awkward, I mean terrible, bad, awful, the absolute worst. The squares, started leaking into the room, right? And I was trapped like a rat. And then they just kept filling in the room faster, right? Am I dead? No, you're fine. Everyone in this room is fine. You'll be able to go back home soon. Oh, thank goodness gracious. I can't work when I'm dead. Nope. Thank you for playing. This path leads to the summit of the tower. You already know what to expect, right? Mm-hmm. It's the glass room, right? That's it. You can go through this portal when you are ready. Goodbye, Nico. In the end, the world machine was starting to create its own code, going above and beyond its programming, not as the result of error, but as a conscious choice on the part of the machine, being able to generate its own path forward. That's what being tamed is all about. Couldn't have said it better myself. Looks like you managed to do it. You managed to tame the world machine, Nico. I feel like the world machine has been tamed this whole time, just by Degorram and I being here. We did spend a lot of time here after all. Both of us. Never really stopped believing in this world. The world machine just needed to realize that, I guess. That sounds like a possibility. Or not. Well, just throwing that idea out there. Here we go, Nico. This is where the sun belongs. Here goes nothing, Degorram. Ooh. Oh. This is the room I first woke up in. Degorram, are you still here? Degorram? Yes? Degorram! I think it worked. It did. The sun is back. And I actually got to see it this time. We actually did it. So what do we do now? I guess I should figure out how to get home from here. Wait. This isn't a door, is it? This looks like one of those portals we saw all the way back in the city. In the room behind the big clock. And I see a wheat field on the other side. I see my village. I hear my mama. She's looking for me. Ah, Degorram. This isn't the first time we've said goodbye, is it? But this'll be the last time, won't it? I don't think we'll ever see each other again after this. And what will become of the world? After all we've been through, after everything we've done, I still don't know. This place, these people, won't stop existing. They'll be in your memory. They'll be in my memory, too. I promise I'll never forget this world. I promise I'll never forget you, Degorram. So take care of yourself, okay? You too. Goodbye, Nico. Goodbye, Degorram. There he goes. And that's it. Oh. That's the end of OneShot. Oh, I'm so happy. We saved them both. Oh, what happens when I open the world back up? Oh, it's just the opening sequence. Oh my gosh. So that was the OneShot Solstice run. Oh, it's such a relief, such an emotional relief. And what a cool story that it all had to do with taming the robot of the game itself. Oh, I can't even. That is so cool. Top-notch game developers, you created a situation where it was just utter devastation and you ended it with such warm, fuzzy feelings. I'm so happy. So happy. And the fact that they're all living in a simulation doesn't mean they're not real, in my mind. It just means that they couldn't continue having a physical reality. And, you know, it's kind of an old science fiction idea that, you know, if we couldn't continue on in physical form, could we upload ourselves to a computer and continue to live? You know, the Matrix, Soma, things like that. So they're still true to me. They're still real to me. And Nico won't forget me. So it's very exciting. I hope you all enjoyed OneShot as much as I did. Let me know in the comments below if you did. If you know of any other games like this that you want me to play, please recommend them. I would love to play them more than anything in the world. So, as always, do subscribe for more shenanigans, and I will see you next time.